That's me, Connor Murphy, second from the end. It was the first and last photograph in the Middleton Zephyr, a high school annual, the year we graduated. This is Principal Wallace. I can still remember this. Old Lady Wallace with her bright stars and tomorrow's firmament speech.
So it is up to you, graduating seniors. The challenge is yours to become bright stars in tomorrow's firmament, and you will test your knowledge, your will, and your strength as you leave these halls of learning and journey through life. As I look at these young, eager faces, I can only wonder how much of Middleton High you were taking with you.
How much we're taking with us? Well, Wiley Linden got 6 notebooks, 3 basketballs, and a lot of almost new school books. I mean, you think he never opened that. I love looking at this old yearbook. Ever do that? And try to recall what memories you can about them? Some of the guys you hanged out with, or some of the adventures you had. I try not to remember everything. Most at which what happened at Old Middleton High. Or as Tater Taggart called it, Muddytown High. That's Tater there. This picture was taken right before he put a snake in Mrs. Friedach's desk. Oh, he had a variety of wildlife he liked to donate to the school. That was taken on the first day of her senior year. There was another one taken right after this one. Tater didn't know much about snakes. Actually, it wasn't nothing but a grass snake. Tater bet me and Neil $5 that he could have Principal Wallace sucking on her finger when the day was out. That's why Principal Wallace didn't let that last picture in the yearbook. Let's see. Oh yeah, the first day started like it always did, when Principal Wallace was giving out her first speech, the first steps into tomorrow.
So now we begin another year at Middleton High, and with each new year, we say hello to a new class and goodbye to an old one. You, the students, begin your schooling, learning the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic. And before you graduate, I'd like to think you learned the other 3 R's, research, respect, and reward. It is only through research that you learn and know what you speak, and it is through respect that you find dignity and honor in what you learn and who you learn it from. And it is through what will be honestly rewarded to you for your hard work and effort that means the most. For anything cheaply won is cheaply regarded and held. The flame of knowledge is stroked with fuel of energy, enthusiasm, and the will to succeed. For without these tools, we are only workmen with no aim and no vocation to build upon.
This was always the second picture in the yearbook. You could always tell because Principal Wallace was smiling at the beginning and scowling at the end. She had a scowl that could scare off a rabid dog. Don't ask me how I know that. This was homeroom. I sat here. There were more desks in homeroom, but the camera that took this picture didn't have what they used to call a panorama lens. So this is everyone that showed up. This is Mrs. Friedach's desk. She sat here. She was our English teacher and sat homeroom with us. This was her picture. And I think this was taken after they told her that she had to sit homeroom with us. Everyone knows that the teachers looked older, especially towards the end of the year. Now, homeroom was where we did everything, but it was mainly for English.
I'm telling you, they caught some guys gambling in the boys' restroom.
Already? Who?
I don't know, I just heard it in the hall.
Good morning. Please take your seats.
I heard it too. I wonder who they caught.
I bet I can guess.
Nope. I was wrong.
Good morning, Mrs. Friedach. I hope you're feeling better this morning.
Why, thank you, Neil.
This was Neil, one of my best friends. Probably the smartest guy to ever come from Middleton High.
What are you going to give your book report on?
Einstein's theory of relativity. I did a little extra research and I think I could prove he was wrong.
See, what did I tell you?
I'll be looking forward to that. Please take your seat.
Anarcho, get your book ready?
Of course not.
It's wonderful to see something steadfast in these ever-changing times. You have read a book, haven't you?
No, I got one checked out.
Let me guess, The Three Musketeers.
How do you know?
Simple, they just ran the movie down at the Strand last weekend. Hey Rose, I just heard that John Lennon is a communist.
Shut up!
He's not.
With the last name like Lennon, think about it.
Hey, that's right. Shut up anyways.
So I am late, Miss Frudek. I missed the bus and my brother had to drive me to school and his motor action was missing, so we had to stop and check the oil, and it was 2 quarts low. So we had to drive real slow until we got to the Humble station, and they had the wrong weight oil, so they had to send out another truck, and the truck bringing it had a flat. So we had to go and get the oil on foot, and then on the way back,
You're not late.
I ain't.
You really know how to warm an English teacher's heart. Please take your seat.
You hear that? I ain't even late, and I done wasted 7 of my best excuses.
Thank goodness you got caught.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Terry Lee? Tater? Yes, Wiley.
He's in the principal's office.
Ask a silly question. Now today I get to hear your first book reports, and not to betray any trust, but I did check with the librarian to see which books had been checked out.
I was yards ahead of her by this time.
And according to my notes, I have somebody giving a report on Les Miserables. Sandra? Fine. Catcher in the Rye? Rose?
Good. I hope you overlooked all the bad words.
Neil, you already told me yours. Lifeguarding as a career?
Wiley, you were supposed to read a novel.
Well, what's that?
Well, it's not a novel.
But I thought a novel is a book.
Well, it is.
So,
But a book is not necessarily a novel.
well, what's the difference?
A novel is a work of fiction. You know, made up.
But somebody made this up, didn't they?
Well, yes, but
And all those people they shot at the rescue, all those names, they made those up.
at one time, I'm sure.
And all those ways to squeeze water out of them, somebody had to think about that, didn't they?
Yes, but
And all those pictures of people blue in the face with their tongues hanging out and their stomachs big as.
forget it! We're looking forward to your report.
I was going to do a report on hypnotism for Fern and Prof, and I started reading it, and I kept falling asleep.
Hypnotism? I didn't think about that.
The Three Musketeers. Gambling in the restaurant?
I wasn't gambling. I went in there because I had to.
It's okay. Since we're here, Terry Lee, why don't we start with your book report?
Huh? Oh, okay, Mrs. Friedeck. The book I read, The Three Musketeers.
This is Principal Wallace. Does anybody belong to a brown, black, and white spotted spaniel? If you do, please come to my office immediately and claim said animal. Also, will Lyndon, Taggart, and McDonald please come to my office? We will now have our morning prayer. It's my new... No.
Oh, this shot. This is Carl Humphreys. The annual was dedicated to him. This is probably the most important person at Middleton High, other than myself, of course. Carl was always there when you needed him, always ready for any situation, and never idle for a moment that I can remember. He was the custodian. I remember thinking about him when I graduated. Go figure. Oh, he had many sage words of advice for the students, and he gave of himself freely. I can still hear his voice.
Hey, you can stand in the hall all day? I gotta clean up here.
He was a great guy. Oh, also, there was always a shot or two in the yearbook that should have been self-explanatory, but they weren't. To this day, I have no idea what they were talking about, and they never did tell anybody. They did say that they wished we have told them we were going to take their picture, and they would have dressed up. You know, when you look back at your own annual, you remember things that people said. What was it somebody said? You can't go back home? No, really. Somebody said that, and it wasn't me, and I don't think it was Tater. No, he said homeless over your houses. But that was Tater. You're gonna have to understand his viewpoint. He also said there's no point in taking English because he never thought that he would go to England. He was fun to hang around, but quoting him always got you in trouble.
And at Connor, I served a purpose.
Yeah, how do you figure?
Well,
Yeah, come on, this hour would be good.
I became the model for future underachievers.
Underachievers? At that time, he seemed plain dense. Underachieving was not thought of. Lazy, slow, sure. Underachieving?
Well, it's prototypes like me that set the scale, that provided the data for further investigation. I was a symptom of a greater lack of knowledge.
Further investigation? He never said that. What he actually said was,
My dog ate my homework.
you didn't have a dog.
I didn't have my homework either. Your turn.
You had it easy back then. Admit it.
Me?
You never had any responsibilities. So when you actually did something, it was a surprise.
I never thought about it like that, but hey, I still had a hard time keeping up. I'll tell you who had it easy. Neil.
I had it easy?
You did. You're the smartest person in the whole school. Probably to ever come out of Middleton High.
That's true. I guess between the two of us, we presented both ends of the spectrum.
And the invention of the bell curve, don't forget that.
Where are you getting these phrases? I never remember you talking like this.
Oh, Connor, wise up. When you look at your book now, you don't remember things as they actually happened. You remember events and people and flashes coupled with what you learned about us years later.
Wait, you mean I'm a figment of his memory? Something of a conglomerate of past and present recollections?
I don't know this guy.
And besides, I'll tell you what it easy. It was always the jocks.
We did not.
You guys always got extra time for homework assignments. You got to take makeup tests. And you also got time in the homeroom to go practice.
Yeah, well, I always got blisters on my feet.
He did. I used to watch him peel them during biology.
I ain't listening to you guys anymore.
I was one of your best friends.
We were always set as an example to the rest of the class. We always had to keep our grades out, and we couldn't be seen smoking or drinking or staying out late. And hey, I had a curfew.
Everybody had a curfew. If you stayed out late, you were scum. That's the way it was.
Society dictates.
Will you stop?
I'll tell you who had it easy. The girls.
Oh yeah.
We did not.
Girls always had it easier.
Teachers' pets.
Our standards were much higher.
And we never set them.
It was understood then. You guys could get away with murder. We had to not only keep our grades up, but wear dresses.
Well, that's true. We didn't have to do that.
We couldn't wear jeans. We had to put on makeup. We had to do our hair and sit just so.
And never swear.
Crime of crimes.
I remember once when we were on a field trip out by the lake, and I said that maybe we ought to take the damn road. Miss Coons gave me extra homework for a week, and we stood up for you. And you got extra homework too, didn't you?
That's another thing. You girls always stuck together.
Oh, listen to him. You guys didn't have to stick together. It was a man's world then.
Here we go. Rose was always the radical.
Ignorance is bliss.
Is he talking about me again?
What's that mean?
We all got a set of rules and circumstances we all grew up with, and all of us had to abide by them, archaic as they may sound now.
So you mean we didn't know any better?
Exactly.
Then I was really ahead of my time.
You stand around the hallways all day. Gotta clean up here.
We're going, Carl.
Sorry, sir.
Let's go, let's go. Nobody in the hall after the last bell.
I'm telling you, it's all retrospect.
And we couldn't have had this conversation back then.
No, you're using multi-syllable words.
And I'll stop.
What's your problem?
Hey, Carlos, you need anything?
I didn't got time for this.
Come on, a couple of rounds.
No, not today. You've been kept after the bell again by a teacher, haven't you?
No.
Well, it's too early for pro cards. You trying to sneak an animal into the principal's office again?
Hey, that wasn't my dog.
All right, what's your problem?
Carl, this is the last year you're gonna have us to push around.
And you're worried about it?
Only for you, dear Carlos.
Scared, ain't you?
Well, A little.
Well, it should be. You kids don't know how well you have it off.
Oh, listen to him.
I mean it. You want to know real scary stuff? Think about going through a war and a depression. That's what we had to do everything to get by. And during the war, when things were going real bad, that was real fear. And sometimes you'd be just about to go to sleep and then wake up and wonder the United States had fallen and if we'd be owned by the Germans. And everything you knew, all your freedoms would be gone. That was the real fear. I mean, think about that, why don't you?
I never thought of it like that.
Well, you should. Every one of you should think about it that way. Also, you're alive. I know a whole bunch of cemeteries full of people that ain't. Scared. Bunch of spoiled, whiny babies, if you ask me.
But Carl, I don't know what I'm going to do.
You do the best you can. Nothing's gonna go for you unless you do it yourself. It'll come as long as you keep your honor about it. Your best counsel is in here. And take pride in whatever you do. Can't do no better than that. You figure with your brains, but you act with your heart. And the only thing you can leave behind is the things you've done and the people you've affected by it.
Do you think we're gonna beat Schofield tonight?
You can stand around the hallway all day, you gotta clean up here.
You see how it is, memories? They lead to one thing and another. Well, I'll try to stick to the facts. Schofield. We always had a rivalry with Schofield. I don't know how it started, but I do remember this one picture. Homecoming. Tater and Wiley decide to steal the Schofield mascot, an old mule named Jessie. They figured to put it in old lady Wallace's room. What they didn't know was how old the mule was until it had a heart attack and died. Well, the best laid plans of mice and men. Somebody said that too.
This is Principal Wallace. Today at an assembly we are going to have a lecture by a local veterinarian on the care and upkeep of farm animals. Also, will McDonald, Linden, and Taggart please come to my office? Thank you.
Class of elections for president.
And so, we must rise to the challenge. Our decade has seen men into outer space and John Glenn orbiting Earth just months ago. So we must change with our ever-changing world, but still fight for democracy where that fight be flagging, where the battle be waged. It is up to us to take up the gauntlet of our fallen president, the late John F. Kennedy. We must lead, not follow. We must guide, not be guided. And we must take the initiative to follow our best strengths to achieve fully that freedom that makes our country great. Thank you.
Her speeches always contain just enough of patriotic rhetoric, which makes you want to run out and shoot at communists, even though none of us knew what communists was, what they stood for, or even what they looked like. She was some of a politician. She never really said her qualifications, or what she was going to do as president.
Very nice, Sandra. Now the opposing candidate, Neil Gardner.
Neil, on the other hand.
Woo! Yeah! Neil! Yeah!
Neil. If you vote for me as president, I vow to give you more study halls and hamburgers every Friday.
Woo! Yeah! Neil!
Neil, on the other hand, said something that everybody agreed with. Hamburgers and Friday.
Now, are there any questions for our two candidates before we vote?
Sandra,
Yes, Susie.
isn't it wrong for someone to promise something that they can't deliver and that we shouldn't be swayed by false promises?
Objection! The witness has obviously been coached.
Connor!
Huh?
This isn't court.
Have you been watching too much Perry Mason again?
Well, she had her questions written on paper.
So?
Well, you can do that?
Sure, I do all the time during tests.
I wouldn't do anything like that. On account it would be cheating. And besides, I could get caught. And besides that, it's wrong. And besides that...
Tater, are you running for something?
Not yet, but running might not be a bad idea. Yes, ma'am, Miss Frida.
Mrs. Frida,
Rose?
the question still stands. One of our candidates has stated that I'm not naming any names here, that he promises to change policy in a matter that he, again, not naming any names, has neither influence nor jurisdiction.
I watch Perry Mason too, so.
Well phrased, except for the part with your tongue. Neil, I believe that the question is aimed at your platform as short as it was.
I just want to say that I stand behind all of my promises.
You didn't make any!
I'll have some once I get to be president.
Yeah, but then it'll be too late.
Oh, Wiley Lyndon, what do you know? If it didn't have laces, you wouldn't know what it was.
Yeah, look at his shoes.
Tater, what are you doing?
Just letting you know I'm still awake.
Neil, do you want to answer the charges against you?
The question of jurisdiction is always a delicate one. Why? Because the parameters are always changing.
The what?
Just shut up and tie your shoes already.
The snake runs around the gopher hole, and then it goes inside, like so.
If my brain trust will stop talking for a minute.
Sorry.
Ow! I'm glad you asked that. I feel that, even though some things are beyond our grasp, that we should make our feelings and wants known. True, I can't change school policy, but I said I would try to make changes from within. It is time for the pendulum to swing back. Back and forth it swings, back and forth. From one generation to another, back and forth. So it is up to you, and me, and up to you, to vote for me. Back and forth, vote for me, vote for me, vote for me.
Neil won by a landslide, but for the sake of me, I couldn't remember anything he said.
It's all the politics of a man's world.
What?
We were oppressed in those days, mainly by society, but mostly by environment.
Oh, here you go again. Don't start with me.
He was always like that.
I was not.
It's been 45 years since women got the right to vote, and precious little had been accomplished since then in the war of the sexes.
I wasn't at war with anybody. Did you see any hand grenades on me?
You were one of the biggest hypocrites there ever was.
Hey, I was one of the only people that ever listened to you.
Because you wanted to go out with me.
I was a teenager, a teenage guy. You know what hormones do to a teenage guy? We all had to live by the same rules, and the rules of our peer group.
Your peer group was full of foul-mouthed flunkies who hung around the magazine stand in the drugstore.
Hey, at least we read.
You looked at the pictures.
I was trying to find about current world events and how it would affect our future.
Yeah, right. What he really said then was...
You know, Rose, I think you have a lot to say. Hey, why don't we go out sometime and see a movie at the Strand?
You did not.
Hey, you went out with me like 6 times.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she says. You remember, don't kid me.
I remember better than you do.
What's that supposed to mean?
You didn't ask me out, I asked you.
Huh?
I came into the drugstore and you were reading a copy of Life magazine. And then that's when we started talking, and that's when I asked you out. You can't trust them, I tell you, any of them.
Don't remember, huh? I remember. I was reading a copy of Mad magazine, and then when I saw her come in, I was reading a copy of Life.
You can't trust them!
Shut up! Don't you hate echoes? We did go out several times, though. I wanted to get to know Rose better, but all she wanted to do was talk. I'm sorry, that was the way it was. Not that we didn't have outside influences, but most of the influences that we learned was in high school, even fine arts. Our drama teacher, Miss Sherwood, she was born words and big gestures, so she pretty much scared all of the guys. She taught debate and poetry, but her main bag was drama. Oh, bag was something we said back then. It meant what your bailiwick was. No, we didn't use words like bailiwick.
which of course culminated in a veritable emotional upheaval, the pinnacle of passions which releases all those inner demons, which builds up and achieves a climatic and a satisfying denouement, n'est-ce pas?
She hits him with the bench.
Susie, try to comprehend her inner angst. We're doing the taming of the shrew, and her vital Katerina must give vent to her inner anger as been her past demeanor. She rants, she flails, she terrorizes when it comes to the work. She must be made to understand in the succumbing to the morality stage, as she can no longer maintain this upright and confidence.
She hits him with the bench.
She tries to hit him with a piece of furniture in the concept of the play. Now, let's see Act 4, Scene 3, starting with Katerina. She begins, "Why, sir, I trust that I may have leave to speak." Let me see the turmoil, the angst, the upper ped, the defiance.
She's hacked off.
Like a volcano, she erupts.
Why, sir, I trust that I may have leave to speak, and speak I will. I am no child, no babe. Your betters have endured me, say my mind. And if you cannot, best you stop your ears, my son.
Why, sir, I trust that I may have leave to speak my mind, and speak I will. I am no child, no babe.
No child.
No child.
No child, no babe.
That's it. Play to the balcony.
No babe. Your betters have endured me.
Endured me.
Endured me. Say my mind, and if you cannot, best you stop your ears.
That's it.
My tongue will tell the anger of my heart, or else my heart concealing it will break. And rather than it shall, I will be free, even to the uttermost, as I please with my words.
Excellent.
I'm running out of breath.
Nobody said the bar was easy, dear.
When do I pick up the bench and fling it at him?
That's later when we get on set. Where's my Petruchio?
Oh, come on. This was when I was dating Rose.
You can't trust them.
Will you stop?
Connor, where'd you get that hat?
You know, the guy can guess my weight.
Connor!
Hey, I found it by the bench over there.
There's a bench back there?
We'll get it later, dear.
But don't I need to start practicing throwing it at him?
Wait, she's gonna throw a bench at me?
That's later when we get on set. Start using the props.
But when's that?
Just as soon as we can, dear. We have to find a pair of tights to fit Connor first.
Find what?
We'll discuss costumes at a later date.
But wait, you said I had to wear tights.
Powder blue tights?
Miss Sherwood, my mother's gonna see this.
Connor, everyone wore tights in their Shakespeare times.
Yeah, but they didn't have to go to gym class right after.
Let me get the bench.
Shut up!
Let me see the scene.
Yes, ma'am.
Katerina, please take your last line.
So I will be free, even to the uttermost, as I please in words.
What the heck was that?
I'm acting.
That's not acting, it's more like announcing buses.
Miss Sherwood, he's making fun of me.
Connor, what's the problem?
Oh, he's making fun of me.
I was not.
Miss Sherwood.
Connor, me and Susie worked on this part already.
And she's gonna talk like that?
It's called emphasis. She's placing emphasis on certain words, so that may shall ring in the ears of what she considers her oppressor. You, Petruchio, are to break her spirit as a cowboy riding in a wild stallion.
Can I use a whip?
Miss Sherwood!
What? You're gonna hit me with a bench.
And the sooner the better.
May we forget about the bench. Connor, please, your lines.
Why thou sayest true. It is a parchite cap, a custard coffin, a voluble, a silken pie. What the heck is he talking about?
He's talking about her hat.
She's wearing 4 hats?
He's talking about one hat. He refers to it 4 times.
Just read the lines, Connor. I got cheerleading practice.
Wait, you want me to read the lines? Oh, I will read the lines. Why thou sayest true. It is a parchite cap, a custard coffin, a voluble, a silken pie.
Miss Sherwood!
Hey, I'm acting.
You sound like Boris Karloff.
Yeah, and you look like the bride of...
Connor! Susie, you can go backstage and work with the bench. Yes, ma'am.
Connor, let's you and I work with your part. Start. Skip down to speech 2. Oh, mercy God, what masking stuff is here?
Oh, mercy God, what?
And let me see the action. Acting comes from action. Understand? You become the words.
I do what it says?
Exactly. Show me what the words say.
Okay.
Oh, mercy God.
Oh, mercy God. What masculine stuff is here? What's this? A sleeve? 'Tis like a demi-cannon. What? Up and down. Carved like an apple tart. Here's snip and nip and slish and slash. Like to a censor in a barber shop. Miss Sherwood.
This is Principal Wallace. As many of you know, Halloween is coming up. Now, I know I don't have to tell most of you how to behave. Most of you knows what's expected of you. Most of you are responsible young adults. However, I've printed up a list of do's and don'ts, which I fervently hope you will follow. This list will be handed out upon the request of most of you. However, there is a few of you that I shall make sure read this. Towards that end, will McDonald, Linden, and Taggart please come to my office? Thank you.
Of this, let me explain. Mrs. Friedeck is in costume. I mean, we didn't do this to her. We were really always nice to her.
What?
I said we were always nice to you.
Define nice.
She always did this, making us look up words that we didn't understand.
That's what I thought. He doesn't know what it means.
What did I do?
Connor Leonard Murphy, you don't remember that Halloween?
Who remembers everything? But I don't think they want her here.
I think they do. First, they put a clothes dummy in a Letterman's jacket and blue jeans and put it under my car so it looked like I ran him over.
That was Neil.
Then they put tadpoles in my coffee.
That was Tater.
Then they locked me out of homeroom.
That was Wiley.
And then there was the curse.
Oh yeah, that was me.
It was you, and a horrible trick it was.
There you go again, always blaming me.
I didn't always blame you.
Yeah.
Just when it fit.
Yeah, but it was a lot.
You're telling me.
In case if you remember, I wasn't the only one to pull tricks.
Get over there. Go on. He wasn't really a bad kid. You just had to sit on him every once in a while. You know.
Mrs. Friedeck?
Yes, Sandra.
Connor has been saying he found something out about Middleton High. Something about it being cursed.
Cursed? Connor, what's this all about?
Well, it's an old legend I heard. It came from an old kickapoo man, medicine man. And I thought with it being Halloween and all.
Why don't you come up here and tell the whole class?
Sure.
He's been saying this all over school. We've heard it.
I haven't. Connor?
Well, during the last half of the 1800s, a tribe named Kickapoo used to roam this area.
Yes, I did know that, but I'm surprised you did, considering your history grade.
Anyway, I found this book.
And you opened it?
Even more surprising, he read it.
And I wrote it down, too.
Oh my god.
The story goes, the medicine man, afraid of losing all their hunting grounds to the white man, put a curse on the land. You know, just in case. His name was E. Prum Rennock, which was Kickapoo for a shadow of the raven's wing, and he was the strongest of all the medicine men in all the tribes. He summoned up all his power and their power to bring about what came to be known as the curse of 1,000 dead eyes. It began to take its toll in each and every white man that set foot on this soil, this very ground. on which now rests Middleton High School. Early settlers begin to die off, some slowly, some very quickly, but in some horrible and ghastly way. And every time one of them died, the war cries of the dead were heard. But above the sound of the war cries could be heard the voice of old Ephraim running, screaming from his grave, proclaiming his curse. Only to those who were next. Only to those who would die off after hearing it. And even to this day, no one will talk about it, but if you watch them, those that know of the curse, they will listen to the wind and lock their doors tight on the anniversary of old Ephraim's death. And that anniversary is today. You might think it's the wind howling. You might even think your dog's baying, but it's the lost souls of the kickapoo crying out in anguish. Listen, hear it?
Okay.
Can you hear it?
Okay, Connor, that's fine now.
Cries of the fallen warriors, the scream of old Raven's wing.
Connor?
Coming back from the revenge to the sacrilege of their people, come alive again to make about known the curse of 1,000 dead eyes.
Connor, stop it! You don't know what you're talking about.
Man!
The curse! You don't understand. You don't.
Well, you really did it this time, Connor.
Oh my gosh, Mrs. Friedeck! Mrs. Friedeck! She's out cold. What do we do? Somebody help her! Quick! Get a grade book!
Excuse me, class. I just wanted to hand out these rules. What's going on over here?
It was him!
I just said a story, that's all.
Another one of your stories, eh, Mr. Murphy? You know Mrs. Friedeck has a bad heart.
What?
Don't play stupid with me, Murphy. Mrs. Friedeck! Mrs. Friedeck!
Way to go, Connor.
I just told a story, that's all. I made it up.
Lord, she may be in a coma. We have to do something then quickly. We have to get her breathing normally again. Someone, give me a paper sack.
Paper sack?
You know when you have hiccups and you breathe into one, it helps you calm down? Where's that?
There.
Thank you, Lyndon. Come on, breathe.
Yes, please, breathe.
Good, it's working.
Come on, Mrs. Friedeck.
She's coming too.
What's happening?
Take it easy, Mrs. Friedeck.
Where am I? Why do I smell tuna fish?
Was that your lunch?
She asked for a sack. I gave her a sack.
Just take it easy, Mrs. Friedeck. Breathe.
What? Is Connor here?
I'm here, Mrs. Friedeck, I'm here.
Connor, I just want to tell you.
Tell me what, Mrs. Friedeck, tell me what?
Trick or treat!
I don't believe this. Do you believe this? Do you imagine teachers in responsible positions pulling something like that on us? Do you know what emotional scars that might have left on us?
Oh, please. Imagine the emotional scars you left on us.
How'd you know I was going to post something like that?
Connor, we've had you for years. Plus, you were talking about it in the hall. Principal Wallace wanted to pull something on you for once.
Oh.
And that ridiculous Indian name, Ipu Redknapp.
Yeah, what's the matter of that?
It's Connor Murphy spelled backwards. And it didn't thunder that day either.
Hey, I thought it gave a nice touch to the story.
Nice, he says. There's that word again. Nice.
You didn't have a bad heart.
Not when I started teaching, I didn't.
You couldn't trust anybody back then. Let's see, what came next? Oh yeah, the play, The Taming of the Shrew.
But now I see our lances are but straws. Our strength as weak as weakness past compare, that seeming to be most, which we indeed are least. Then veil your stomachs, for it is no boots, and place your hands below your husband's foot. In token in which it may please, my hand is ready. May it do him ease, may it do him ease. I say, Petruchio, what sayest thou, Petruchio? Petruchio!
There aren't any pictures of me as Petruchio in the yearbook. Sometimes it pays off to be in the yearbook staff. Well, how do you think I know so much what went behind all these pictures? I told you, you couldn't trust anybody. Listen, if you had seen me in those tights.
Oh, honey, you're amazing. I'm so proud of you. I took lots of pictures.
Oh my God, how embarrassing. This reminds me of that one time in Parents' Day. They always had Parents' Day, even for seniors. Do you believe it? And my mom, she would always give me the same "See how Neil" speech. Right here, Mom.
See how Neil is always dressing nicely? See how Neil is wearing a tie?
Yes, Mom.
My, this room sure takes me back.
See what you do to me? Why do you have to wear a tie?
That's your problem? Here.
Great.
I had some great times here. You ought to appreciate this time. It won't come again, and you can't go back. No, sir, young man, you can't go back. See how Neil is always helpful? See how Neil is always willing to lend a hand?
Oh, Miss Murphy, how nice to see you.
Oh, Prince Wallace, nice suit.
I'm sure you're happy to get your young one graduated this year.
That's if he does graduate.
Wow.
He's straightened up nicely this year. That's the way it always happens. As they get close to graduation, it hits them square in the face.
Reality comes knocking.
They have to meet the cruel world.
Out on their own.
Fending for themselves. But he's turned into a real gentleman and wearing a tie, I see.
I'm sure it's because he had good teachers who probably had to suffer more than the sheriff.
It's upbringing as well. His brother and sister are a good example of this. And Connor, well, he's a little creative, shall we say. But a good lad all the same. And he's probably had a lot of help from Garner there.
Yeah. It's young people like Neil that helps give you faith in the next generation.
Oh, there's refreshments in the cafeteria.
Oh, it's just coming down there.
Here, let me show you the new trophy case.
Thank you.
I can't take it.
I just hate it.
Huh?
Always have to be the best. Always being is a good example. You can get away with anything, can't you?
Well, not anything.
You think I like this, don't you? You think it's easy, don't you?
Well, you're always...
I know, always.
Do you want your tie back?
This tie, it's a perfect representation of me. Neat, bright, proper, and phony. It's not a real tie, Connor.
This is not gonna be one of those deep conversations, is it?
Don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what's going on. We've been through too much to play dumb now.
Hey, Neil, a few more months of this, and this will all be over. We'll be free.
Freedom is not a license for chaos.
Hey, I didn't quite understand that part.
It's not over just because we're leaving this room. And don't tell me you're not worried either.
Hey, how do you know that?
Carl told me. Look, what are you going to do when you graduate?
Me? I'm probably going to Southwest Junior College. Major in journalism or drama or something. I don't know.
And what am I going to do?
You're getting college state credits. You got a scholarship at MIT. You're gonna be a legal assistant for 2 years at the law office.
See, Connor, you know more about my life than you do your own. I'm all laid out, work all the way. It's not over, Connor, I'm telling you.
But I thought you always liked it that way.
But nobody ever asked me, Connor. Nobody ever asked what I like. Here, you take this.
You don't want it?
No, see, the thing is, I don't like it.
I should have seen it then. Heck, I should have seen a lot of it. But I did. Neil Garner, Mr. Brains, Mr. Best role model, was scared of his well-shampooed head. I mean, if he was scared, what chance did the rest of us have? Especially the basketball guys. Oh, we had our share of sports, mostly basketball. And our two shining sports examples of the senior year were Wiley and Tater. This shot was taken right after our practice. And just after the picture was snapped.
Come on, man.
Quick, go for a long one.
Okay? Ow! I meant for you to catch it.
Hey, Tater.
Hey, Kataka, what's going on?
Ow! Hey, man! I meant for you to catch it. Hey, Kanko, what's going on?
Hey, let me ask you guys something. Are you guys worried about your futures?
You mean, what are we gonna have for supper?
Further than that, Tater.
He means breakfast.
No.
Oh, I get it. You mean, what are we gonna do after we graduate?
Yeah, what?
Party!
Just go away. Go away.
Race it to the backboard.
Go.
I always had this theory that if you added Neil and Tater together and then divided by 2, you get me with Riley left over. Christmas time. You get the idea what they're after.
Okay, you two, stop it.
We really gonna kiss guys under the door?
It's Christmas.
Anybody in particular?
I'm not telling.
What about Mr. Pomeroy?
Stop it.
That's what I thought.
Well, stand in line.
You two, he's married, you know.
It's just a kiss.
So it doesn't mean anything, right?
Right.
You'll kiss anybody who comes through this door, right?
Sure.
Right. First person that comes through the door, right?
I guess.
Probably.
Okay.
Wait, I hear somebody.
Who is it?
Oh, Lady Wallace! I can't get out too short!
Okay.
Where's Mrs. Friedeck?
I think she's in the library.
She was getting a copy of Scrooge to read, I think.
Well, can you tell her I need to speak with her? It's important.
Wonder what that was all about. No, it's Dasher, Dancer, Comet, Rudolph.
No, it's Comet and Cupid, you doofus.
We caught them in the down just in time.
Yeah, but can you name the rest of them?
Yeah, sure, there's Donner and Budson and 2 others, I bet.
Dopey and Doc?
No, that's you two.
I love this time of year.
Come on, what's the rest of them?
Now Dancer, now Prancer, now Comet and Blixen.
No, it's Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen.
I was going to say that.
Say what?
Dasher, Dancer, and Silver and Tonto.
You have the attention span of a gnat, you know that?
Oh,
I rest my case.
Rudolph is in there somewhere, ain't he?
Oh, he's probably second string.
Yeah, and that running substitution for Blitzen, that hometown kid with the red nose.
Okay, everybody, settle down.
Oh, Mrs. Friedeck, Principal Walsh wants to see you.
Yes, I ran into her in the hall, and she informed me that we lost someone very special to us. Carl Humphreys died.
What?
Carl?
But he was just... It seems he passed in his sleep. I know you will miss him just as much as we will. Such a sweet man.
I couldn't believe it. Nobody could. Carl was, well, he was always there. And we just assumed that he would always be there. Carl was, like, more than, I don't even know how to put into words. The yearbook was dedicated to him. Did I ever tell you that? And the thing is, I'll be back in a minute.
This is Principal Wallace. I'd like to welcome you back to the second semester of the school year, so I want everyone to settle down. You hear me. I know everyone's enjoyed their break, but now it's time to buckle down and get down to the brass tacks. Just to get you off on the right foot, I want to wish everyone good luck and will come to your classroom to personally welcome you, just as soon as I can find out who this goat belongs to. Toward that end, will McDonald, Linden, and Taggart please come to my office? Thank you.
Pretty snazzy, huh? Snazzy is another word that we used back then. This was taken when we had our pictures taken. You know, for the yearbook. You know how it is. there'd be our picture, and underneath it would be a list of something that we've done and something about us. Some phrase that people remembered us by. Mine said, Connor Leonard Conoco Murphy, Senior, yearbook staff 3 and 4, Science Club 2, 3, and 4. Voted most imaginative and creative. Yes, Mrs. Friedrich, I did read that book.
Neil Eugene, the Prez, Garner, Senior, President of the Senior Class, President of the Student Council, President of the Beta Club, President of the Audubon Society, President of Students for a Better Tomorrow, voted most likely to succeed. Don't worry, he'll be in the White House soon.
Rosemary, the Radical Baines, Senior, Editor of the Freelance School newspaper, You'll Get Yours. Homemaking 1 and 2, Vocational Agriculture 3 and 4. Voted most likely to change the world. I suppose you think that's funny.
Wiley Rothschild, Duke of Dunk, Oh Mr. Jock, Old Man Dribble, Shoot and Foul Linden, Senior, Basketball 1, 2, 3, and 4. Football 2, 3, and 4. Tennis 3 and 4. High jumper, javelin thrower 2, 3, and 4. Discus thrower 3 and 4. Voted most likely to win the Olympics single-handedly. If we ain't winning, Wiley ain't in the game.
Sandra Sue, no nickname Jeffers. Senior, Vice President of the Senior Class, Vice President of the Beta Club, Vice President of the Student Council, Senior Representative to the Junior Council, Contributing Editor for the school newspaper, You'll Get Yours. Voted second most likely to succeed. Watch it, Neil. You have to sleep sometime.
Teresa Susan, Suze the Muse, Montrose, Senior. President, Vice President, Secretary, and Treasurer of the Drama Club 1, 2, 3, and 4. Head Cheerleader 3 and 4. Area winner Best Actress in the ICU play. Voted most likely to take Broadway by storm. If all the world is a stage, then we should all know our lines.
Terry Lee Tater Taggart, Senior, Escort 3 and 4. Voted most likely to be voted least likely in anything but this. What do you mean? I don't get it.
There are lots of others, but you know how it is. You only look up your main buddy buds. Oh, and I'm sure most of you have been wondering about Satch McDonald. From the principal's office trio, McDonald, Linden, and Taggart. He's not shown in this picture. I think he was in the principal's office. Oh, and you think the 60s were exciting. Well, we were right in the big middle of them, and they just seemed so exciting to us.
No, don't take off the jacket. I seldom see you dressed up.
Mom, don't.
You think you want to look nice for change. I get you already, and the minute I turn my back, you shuck everything like a ranch hand. You think you're being a senior now, I won't need me doing this.
I'll do it.
Now don't go getting dirty before you get home. I want to take some pictures. Excuse me.
I can't believe this. Neil wears a clip-on. Oh my God, how does this go?
Here, let me get that for you.
Oh, hey, Taters, you just pull this right here. Wait, no, not too tight.
I got it. This goes here. The snake runs around the hill and goes in the gopher hole. Once through here.
I can't breathe.
Here. Jeez. There.
Oh my God, what a mess. When do you ever tie a tie?
Well, remember when my uncle died and somebody had to go down to the funeral home and...
Oh, shut up. You're such a doofus.
You're the one who asked me to tie your tie. Now who's the doofus?
I didn't ask you.
Did so. Brother, it seemed we were always wearing ties in the last part of the year. Lions Club breakfast, Methodist men's dinner, parties.
You see how it is with memories? I don't even remember when this happened. But he was right, though. It seems like that we put on our suits in January and we left it on for the rest of the year. Oh yeah, Mr. and Miss Middleton High. Wiley and Suze the Muse. They just started dating, and they already got voted for Mr. and Miss Middleton High. Don't they look so natural? I mean, only people that probably saw them thought that they were natural, but people that actually knew them couldn't keep up with them arguing all the time.
We didn't argue all the time.
Yes, we did.
Oh, listen to him like it was always my fault.
I didn't say that.
That's what it sounded like to me.
I don't care what it sounded like. That I did not say that.
All you said was that you agreed with Connor.
Did you? I didn't say that. Did you hear me say that?
Oh, sure. Go tell everybody our problems.
Go fix your pom-poms.
You do that, you know. You talk to anybody except me.
So you admit we have problems then?
I didn't say that.
You just said.
Look out, they're taking another one.
Huh. So you can't take things on face value. Like that's a surprise.
My mother warned me about you.
Don't bring her up again.
She said, don't date him. He's just like his father.
And what's wrong with Pop?
Ugh, like I have to tell you everything.
You were just like your dad.
Shut up.
Come on, Mother wants to get a picture of us.
Your mom's here?
Yes, and don't say a word.
I thought she didn't like us dating.
You're saying words.
And don't come in here ordering me around.
Oh, so now you're gonna act tough in front of your pals? Is that it?
I'm not trying to act tough.
You get out here
Or what?
Or I'll show them that picture of you when you were a kid and your sister dressed you up.
I'll be out here getting my picture made. Well?
Ugh!
We really looked like this, huh?
Well, photographs don't lie.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, remember that one time when we were waiting in the classroom for everybody to get their pictures done, and Neil walked in with that big announcement of his, and you fell right off your desk?
What big announcement?
Hey guys, I guess you know that I went down yesterday and enlisted.
What?
Yep, all signed up.
You joined the Army.
Navy.
Neil, that's the stupidest thing you've ever done.
Thank you.
You made that up, right? It was just a joke?
No, a joke, Duke. Uncle Sam wants me.
Okay, Uncle Sam wants all of us. You're crazy. You're supposed to try to get out of the draft.
Don't you think we ought to serve our country?
Sure.
Fight for what we believe in?
Sure.
Protect our freedom?
Sure.
But dodge the draft?
Yes. No, not dodge the draft exactly, but you don't need to go poking at it trying to get its attention.
Wiley.
Look, if I get drafted, I'll go. But my pop told me never to volunteer for anything.
And you're just like him.
Shut up.
You're awfully quiet.
What? You want me to say something? You want me to talk you out of it?
No, I would have gone to you beforehand.
Yeah, that might have been a good idea.
Look, Connor, it's something I had to do. Something for me. For Neil Garner.
By getting killed in Vietnam.
I tried to talk to you.
Yeah, 8 lines from Jabberwocky, and you gave me your tie. You call that talking to me?
When do you go?
Sometime after I graduate, sometime.
Dang, I didn't think any of us would ever enlist.
You didn't think any of us would graduate either.
Except you, of course.
Of course.
You're not worried about this, are you?
Of course I'm worried, but it's something I had to do.
Okay, Neil, just don't let them send you where the fighting is. Just do what you want to do.
That is what I've always wanted to do.
Connor, oh good, you're here. There was a fire in Principal Wallace's office and all your records got burned up. You're gonna need to retake your senior classes again.
What? No! No! Oh yeah, the last part about them burning up my records never really happened, but for some reason, ever so often to this day, I still have that nightmare. Oh brother, the rumors that came out that year. There was that one when Tater was worried about getting out of school, and him and Principal Wallace had a little talk.
Listen, Tater, I heard you're worried about graduating. Don't worry about it. Don't lose any sleep over it. You are going to graduate. I promise you. Don't for 1 minute think that you're going to be here another year. You can take my word for it. You will graduate. You are definitely going to graduate.
And then there's that one rumor that Wiley chucked a cherry bomb down the toilet in the boys' restroom. Of course, some rumors are easy to figure out. Oh, there's that one that Tater and Miss Sherwood, that they were...
But what about me, Connor?
Huh?
Well, obviously you remember me as one of the gang, but
Why?
Well, you were always there.
I didn't pull any stunts that you've talked about. I came in second in everything. Why do you remember me at all?
Well, you went along with us.
So were 33 others in our class alone.
Well, I don't know.
But what did I ever do?
You were,
But what makes you single me out?
you were.
How can you talk about all the others, but when you get to me,
I felt sorry for you, okay? No, that's not what I meant. That's the thing with memories. They just jump right at you. One leapfrogging on top of another. Oh, I remember one time me and Sandra had a talk about theology, and she jumps up and asks me,
Do you believe in angels, Connor?
angels?
Yeah, like in the Bible.
Yeah, sure, in the Bible.
no, I mean, do you believe in angels today?
I never thought about it.
You have to believe in something, Connor.
Well, I believe in guardian angels. There has to be guardian angels.
Why?
Well, otherwise, Tater would be dead by now. I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy. Why don't you ask Neil? I bet he can prove it.
He doesn't know everything.
And you believe somebody does?
Sure. I'm betting my life on it.
Yeah, and the thing is, what if you're wrong?
Well, I guess I can take that chance.
I mean, I've lived a good life. I'll have that no matter what the outcome is.
That's true.
And I guess that I can afford to be wrong. Can you?
You're not going to give me any pamphlets, are you?
Just stating my case, Connor.
Well, what do you mean?
I'm just telling you don't have to feel sorry for me.
Oh yeah. Isn't it odd? Some people you know them for years, and yet you don't even know them at all. But maybe you're not supposed to. They can surprise you too. One time, the county sent down a census form to Principal Wallace to fill out, and the first question was, list your teachers broken down by sex. And she wrote down, they our problem. We got the flu. Can you imagine old lady like that with a sense of humor? And after all we've done to her too. You find out stuff like that, especially when you go back to the back of your annual and read what people wrote down to you.
To Connor Murphy, it has been a pleasure to have you and a pleasure to have been had by you. Just pulling your leg there a bit. Good luck in life. Your principal, Old Lady Wallace.
To C.L. Murphy, each man in his time plays many parts. Thanks for taming the shrew. What did you do with the battle axe after you chopped up the bench? Miss Sherwood.
Hey, Conoco. We give him hell, didn't we? You're all right. What do you want me to do with this battle axe? Your buddy Bud Wiley.
To Connor, you are too good to be forgot. I'm sure gonna miss ya. You were always good for a giggle. Love ya. Suze the Muse.
Conoco, you bum, you liar, you creep, you goldbrick, you rat fink, you idiot, your best friend Tater.
Dear Connor, I know I'll miss you after we graduate, and I'll never forget you. Remember, he who has friends is never alone. Always keep faith. Sandra.
Mr. Murphy, if brains were dynamite, you know the rest of this one. Never forget Sic Transit Gloria Mundi. I'll give you about 2 years to look up that one. You is the bestest, even if you did once break my arm. Brothers in the light and buddies forever. Neil.
To Connor, I'm going to be careful what I write here because you'll probably make it into something dirty. And by the way, who's Gloria Mundi? I had a great time at the prom. Thanks for being you, Rose.
The prom. That's right. I took Rose to the prom.
This is Principal Wallace. Tonight is the senior prom. I'm sure all of you know that. Also, there will be certain schoolrooms open from 8 to 10 p.m. for any chaperones or teachers that need a break from all that, for lack of a better word, music. As usual, there will be no drinking on premises. Thank you.
The prom. That's right. I took Rose to the prom. Oh, it was beautiful. All the colors and music and the whole romantic atmosphere of the pageant, we had it in the gym. This was either the frog or the monkey. Some crazy name or something like that. I wasn't much of a dancer. My frog looked more like a frog, and my monkey looked more like a gorilla.
Well, hey, you're getting better.
Don't start, will you?
At least now you don't look like you're having a fist fight with Casper the friendly ghost.
Well, maybe if you let me lead once in a while.
You were leading.
All right, we're going to take a short break, so grab some punch and we'll be right back.
Here you go. The band's on a break.
Yeah, just now. What took you so long?
You know, I just had to lead the flies off of it.
Can't believe we're having our prom in the gym.
I hear they were varnishing the floor this summer.
I had a lot of good times on this floor.
Huh?
Yeah, what have you and Wiley been doing on this floor?
You know, just shut up.
I meant when I was cheerleading. Oh, you guys.
Where's Tater?
He ain't here. He's probably picking up his date, I think.
Probably on the couch.
Who is his date anyway?
You wouldn't talking.
So, she's that ugly?
You are horrible. Just because a girl doesn't come to your high standards of the great American beauty, you think she's some kind of creep.
Hey, I don't have any high standards of great American beauty.
That's obvious.
And just what's that supposed to mean?
If the horseshoe fits, wear it.
And you think you're so hot just because...
Hey! What's wrong with everybody? This is supposed to be one of the best nights of our lives.
Which we're having in the gym.
Yeah, that! Why is everyone so mad?
Nothing. Never mind.
Neil's mad, and Rose is mad, and Wiley?
What?
Well, you're always mad.
I'm not always mad. I'm not always mad. I'm just loud.
I think I know what's bothering everybody. This is our last dance together, and after next week, the last time we'll ever be together.
And that makes us mad?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've been together for a long time. Some of us, all 12 years. And it's coming to an end. I think it's bothering us more than we'd like to admit.
I can't believe it. I know, we've had a wonderful time. I know, but it's all of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss you guys.
Oh, you guys, you have no feeling. That's a sign of bad breeding, you know.
Hey, I can breed as well as the next guy.
Connor.
What? Well, you know what I mean.
Sandra's right. We can't let that happen. Let's make a pact right now. Every 5 years, we'll get together.
Good idea.
Oh, sure, we'll say that now, but 5 years is a long time. We don't have any idea where we're gonna be.
Well, you ought to be out of the Navy by then.
Not necessarily.
What? You're still going to be in the Navy?
No, and no.
What?
I flunked the physical.
You flunked it?
How'd you do that?
High blood pressure. I bet I got it from you guys, too.
That's contagious.
Well, I'm glad.
You're glad?
Yeah, I was worried about you. I'm worried about all of us.
Let's not talk about it anymore.
Hey, Neil, I'm glad too.
Connor, don't you see? I need to find something.
Hey, guy, you're a dude. In this lifetime, everybody should flunk something. It's a humbling experience.
Well, some of us almost humbled ourselves to coming back next year.
Hey!
I owed you that one.
You're such a brute. No manners at all.
I have plenty of manners, and shut up.
Listen.
Well, what did you two get Mrs. Frieduck?
I got her some perfume. It's called Scandalous.
I got her some lace handkerchiefs.
Lace? That's for old ladies.
Uh-oh, I didn't think of that. What am I gonna do?
Exchange them.
Good idea. Hey, what did you guys get her?
I've been trying to decide.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I thought leaving was a gift enough. Hey, it's the thought that counts.
And you're batting 0 for 2. You can't think and you can't count.
I got a question for you. How are you getting home tonight?
I got her some lace handkerchiefs too.
Really? I did too, but wait a minute, you...
I was gonna put my name on the card with yours.
Did you hear what this creep just said?
I try to never listen to Wiley.
Why don't you buy her some nice hand towels?
Good idea.
Hey, Rose, what did you get her?
That soap, something she can use.
Yeah, she does bathe.
Ooh, let's picture that for a while.
Neil! Sign your name with mine and that's all, right?
I think I said that.
Listen to him.
Why don't you just get her some nice bath towels?
Good idea. Hand towels, perfume, and that way she'll know we're all thinking of her with in mind.
Then she'd also think that we figure she stinks.
You, man, you have no idea about anything. These are all gifts you give to a woman.
Usually when you give her a shower.
Like I just said, she's gonna figure we think she needs a shower.
A formal shower.
Then I'll wear a suit.
It's not like we're gonna gang up on her and hose her down.
Quiet, you two. I'm sorry I brought it up.
Hey, we all have a week. We'll get her something by then, okay?
Mr. Murphy has a plan. Doesn't sound too complicated. Even Tater can figure it out.
Yeah, where is Tater?
And you have no sense of humor.
Who?
You, that's who.
You just don't want to spring for a gift. That's what your problem is.
Will you two be quiet? I'm sorry I brought up.
All the girls gave Mrs. Friedrich something, but the guys didn't. And that will surely make us look like creeps.
No, I'm really sorry I brought it up.
All I'm saying is Miss Friedrich knows we've been going together. Should I expect to get something from the both of us?
Oh, you have an answer for everything.
You obviously didn't see his SAT scores.
You know, this would be the last nice thing you can do for her. Wait, I take that back. This would be the first nice thing you could do for her.
I wish the band would start up again.
Yeah, drown out Ozzy and Harriet over there.
Look, I'll get her something, okay?
Okay.
And I'll tell you something else. After we get married, you're going to be the one shopping for all the gifts. You know darn good and well I have no idea.
What did you just say?
Huh? What?
You just said after we get married.
Huh? What?
Did you hear? We're engaged! Oh my gosh, Susie, that's wonderful!
I'm so happy for you! Oh, we have to start planning things! Like a real shower.
A bridal shower for me?
Yes!
Wiley?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I don't know. We were just arguing like we always do.
I don't think so.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, better you than me.
We were just arguing like we always do.
Oh, can I be in the wedding?
Of course, both of you can be in my wedding. But which one of you will be my bridesmaid?
Bridesmaid?
Which one will be my maid of honor?
Maid of honor?
Good, Wiley. Just repeat everything she says. You'll live happily ever after.
Well, the band's back. Hey, there's Tater.
Where?
Over there in the dance floor.
Who's he dancing with?
Here they come.
This is Principal Wallace. As all of you know, this is the last day of school. It's a good thing because I just used up the last of my Alka-Seltzer. I want everyone to make sure you check in your books at the end of the school day and your lockers are cleaned out. As for graduation tonight, I would like to wish and tell all the seniors that we shall miss them in next year and that we wish them the best and... What the? Will McDonald, Linden, and Taggart please come to my office for the last time? Thank you.
Well, I guess there's nothing more to say, except that Sandra was right. We never got back together. Not once, anyway.
I did go on to MIT and graduate 4 years later with my doctorate. But I did finally get to manage to sew in a few wild oats afterwards. I'm in Congress now.
I got married, and my husband is a minister at the First Methodist Church right here in Middleton. Connor was the usher at our wedding. After graduating from college, I married the editor of the college newspaper, and together we published a weekly woman's lib magazine.
Remember, you can't trust us.
After we got out of high school,
I'll tell them. We got married, and I made Wiley finish college. And now, he's the basketball coach.
I'm still here, Connor. I was right. She doesn't have a secret.
I took 2 years of junior college, and after I got out, I went into the Army. And after I got out of that, I went into civil service. I now run the Middleton Post Office.
Hey Connor, I'm kind of stuck here.
Typical Tater.
Thanks, Connor.
Well, I guess this is where I came in. Actually, the old high school doesn't even exist anymore. They closed it down 8 years after we graduated and built a new one on Normantown. Well, I guess this is why I came in.
And it is through what will be honestly rewarded to you for your hard work and effort that means the most. For anything cheaply won is cheaply regarded and held.
I had some great times here. You ought to appreciate this time. You won't come again and you can't go back. Mark my words. No, sir, young man, you can't go back.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what's going on. We've been through too much to play dumb now.
It'll come as long as you keep your honor about it. Your best counsel is in here. Take pride in whatever you do. You figure with your brains, but you act with your heart. And all you can leave behind is what you've done with your life and the people affected by it.